Oh,
Awesome.
good. Okay.
That's awesome. Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Fine.
Okay. Welcome to Saturday morning yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. So this is first day back here, and I guess it's still March, and we're going to be continuing every Saturday, 8 a.m. And each class will be going into a different chakra, just doing different postures to unblock the chakra, talking about yeah, its function, and doing some breath work. So today we're going to be focusing on our root chakra, our Muladhara chakra. So just to give a brief introduction to the chakra system, we have seven main ones that run along our spine from the base to the top. There's more than that, but essentially they're energy channels, and it's kind of just how our energy flows up and down our spine. And the goal is to try to synchronize, kind of unionize all the energy so that, you have it's conceptualized as having like an ego, a heart center, and then your higher self, your higher morals, and then your lower self, your basic instincts and survival needs type of things. So you have kind of all these different selves, and it can have a lot of inner conflict, internal dialogue. And the point is to try to, calm that internal dialogue to, you know, um, smooth any of the conflict, the waves of the minds, any, anxieties and uncertainties, just to have a union between your higher self and your heart and your lower self. So yeah, we're gonna start with our Muladhara root chakra. It's located in your pelvis region, in between the anus and the genitals. So it's very much a lower self chakra, a lot related to your basic needs, your feeling of security, your feeling of safety. And so today we're just going to be tuning into this chakra and really opening up our minds and affirming to ourselves of our protectedness and sacredness and um, our being taken care of by the universe, being always taken care of. And that's going to be our main focus today. So we're going to start in a seated position. Just come to a nice, easy, cross-legged position. Sit bones are nice and even on the ground. We're going to bring our hands to our knees here and just take a nice deep inhale as we feel the spine lengthen. Just allowing the gaze to soften or the eyes to close. And taking a slow exhale out, feeling your shoulders release and becoming aware of your sit bones in the ground, feeling the warmth of the ground beneath you. On the inhale, just drawing your awareness up the spine all the way to the top of the head. And on the exhale, drawing the awareness all the way back down to your seat, to the ground. Another inhale, once again, just trying to reach tall through the crown of the head. Saying a mantra to yourself here. I am protected. I am secure. I am grounded. And exhaling, feeling yourself relax. Coming into the present moment, just being completely aware of your body, letting go of all other thoughts. This is just a time to be internal, focus on yourself and how you feel and what's all around you right here, right now. On the next inhale, we're going to reach our arms overhead, bringing our palms together in prayer. And exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Just taking a bow to yourself here, giving yourself a lot of thanks and gratitude for coming to the mat this morning, 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and for doing something good for your body, good for your well-being. We're going to release our hands here to our knees. Just take an inhale, really kind of open the chest here, maybe gaze up. And on the exhale, we're going to allow the chest to fall to the left knee. And then gently roll the body over to the right, kind of taking a body circle around our knees here. Exhaling, releasing down once again to the left, moving the left shoulder to the right knee and coming all the way back up. And once more, we're going around to the left. Allowing as much motion as you'd like to add, as much twist. We're going to take it to the other side. Left shoulder comes to the right knee. And then we move the body, right shoulder to the left knee and back up. Take it at your own pace. Just really tuning in here to how you're feeling. One more. Moving with the breath, we're going to inhale, come back up to center. And let's just take some head rolls here, allowing the chin to fall towards the chest. And then moving ear to one shoulder, ear to the other shoulder. You don't have to move the head all the way back if you don't really feel like it. Just allow the head to be really heavy here. Wonderful. Inhale, we're going to come back to center. We're just going to go into our wrists, rolling the wrists here. We're going to take our right fingertips to our left hand, pull the fingertips back. Perfect. Get a nice little stretch. We're going to take the time to kind of just pull each fingertip back towards ourselves, really stretching through each one. And then rolling the fingertips to face downward, we pull them back towards ourselves once again. In yoga, we use our wrist a lot. It's really good to keep them nice and stretched, roll it around, flex the fingers a little bit, and we'll take it to the other hand here. Point the fingertips back towards yourself, pointing up to the sky. We'll take each fingertip back towards us, one at a time, giving a little extra stretch to each one. And then the fingertips go downward, we point them back towards ourselves. Releasing the hand, just kind of rotating the wrist. Move the fingertips about. Perfect. We're going to interlace the hands, face the palms out. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. On the exhale, we're just going to gently lean to the right in a lateral stretch, get into that side body. Inhale, back up. And exhale, lean to the left, get a right side stretch here. And inhale, back up. Release the fingertips. We're going to come to all fours position on our hands and knees, just stacking wrist over the shoulders, knees over the hips. You can even kind of look back between your legs and see, can you see your feet? You don't want to be able to see your feet. Make sure you're all in alignment here. We're going to inhale, pull the navel down, open the chest, gaze up, coming into our cow pose. And exhale, release into your cat pose, arcing the spine, pulling the navel up towards the spine. The shoulder blades come apart. Inhale, gaze up. We release the spine into our C again. We're in our cat. And exhale. Oh, exhale, we come into our cat now. Our cow cat. Just kind of taking your own movement and breath here on the inhales, opening the chest, really kind of squeezing those shoulder blades together more. And then exhale, pulling the shoulder blades apart, tucking the tailbone. Wonderful. From here, we're going to come back through center. We're going to extend the right leg straight and just kind of stack the hips on top of each other, reaching the right fingertips all the way up to the sky. You can stay here, just kind of play with the balance a little bit, trying to lift the right leg off the ground, flexing the feet. And it's harder, a little bit more challenging to try to gaze up towards the sky, up towards your fingertips. Just kind of engaging with our strength here. We'll exhale, bring the right hand down. Oh, yes. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right knee down, squaring the hips, and the right hand is going to come underneath the left armpit as we kind of take a gentle thread the needle twist, releasing the forehead, maybe extending the left hand in front of you. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to plant the left hand down beside your head. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up and come back into our tabletop. We're going to do it to the other side. The left leg extends and we stack the hips, the left hip stacking on the right. Left fingertips reach up. You can just stay here or you can try coming into your half moon. Our half moon where we lift the left leg with flexed feet and see if you can try to bring your gaze upward to your fingertips. We're going to release the leg, bend the knee, square the hips, and then the left hand is going to come underneath the right armpit as we release down into a gentle twist here. Walk the right fingertips forward. Just take a nice deep inhale. And then return the right hand. Inhale, we reach the left fingertips up and come back to our tabletop position. We're going to gently move our knees backwards a little bit. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to bring our chest to the ground, bringing our chin to the ground. We're in our 8-limb pose, connected to the ground in 8 different places. You're looking good, Mom. We're gonna inhale, open. We're gonna open into just a baby cobra here. So maybe you want to readjust your hands to be right under your shoulders. We're gonna inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and open the chest, not lifting the stomach off the ground, keeping it grounded here. Inhale, we'll exhale, come back down. This time we'll inhale and make it even a bigger cobra. Engaging through the glutes here, really squeezing the shoulder blades together. Allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Take a nice deep inhale, maybe tilt the chin upward. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend through the knees and release the hips back onto our heels as we come into our child's pose. Really reaching those fingertips forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Allow the spine to decompress. And maybe you'd like to even make this an extra root chakra focus pose by bringing your arms beside your body, coming to maybe even grab the feet behind you, resting the forehead on the ground. Just taking a moment to feel safe and secure in your own energy here. We're letting yourself know that your body is a safe place for your radiant spirit. Feeling your warmth, feeling your body heat. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips back forward in front of us. And then we're going to flex the feet behind us, tuck the toes, and then slowly start to straighten through the legs as you lift the hips up into the air. We're coming into our downward facing dog here. You might want to readjust your fingertips a little bit to point outwards. Make sure your chest is kind of still staying open here. Your shoulders fall away from the ears. And really lift the hips high. Maybe adding a little bit of motion if you'd like to pedal the feet out, maybe sway side to side. We're gonna take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, just relax in our down dog. If your down dog is a bit too advanced and you need something easier, feel free to always take a child's pose instead. Wonderful. We're going to just slowly here take an inhale, walk our feet to our hands. We're going to come into our dangling pose so our feet come hip distance apart and we gently bend the knees and exhale out all the air inside of us as we release into a forward fold. Let the head be heavy, hang heavy. Just let the shoulders release. You can even grab onto opposite elbow. Sometimes that adds a little extra weight to pull you down. On the inhale, we're just going to add some movement here. So we're going to inhale, straighten through the legs, straighten through the spine. And exhale, bend the knees, release the upper body. Inhale, straighten. Again, halfway lift. And exhale, release. Inhale, once again, halfway lift. Exhale, release into a forward fold. We're going to plant the hands and heel toe the feet to the edge of the mat, pointing the toes outward. We're just going to gently sit into our garland, garland squat here, our yogic squat. Maybe add a little movement with the hips. Perfect. And then we'll inhale, lift up again through the hips, heel toe the feet to be hip distance, pointing forward. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Really trying to fold from the hips. We're going to inhale, roll the spine all the way up to standing. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. Reach high, open the chest. And exhale, release hands to heart center or down by your side. Just coming into a nice, strong Tadasana mountain pose where we are standing nice and tall. Our palms are facing open, maybe. Our feet are evenly grounded. You can maybe even lift the toes and just make sure that all four corners of the feet are evenly grounded. Tucking the pelvis. And just making sure the chin is parallel to the ground, really reach tall through the crown of the head. We're just going to take a deep inhale here, bringing our awareness to the top of the head. And on the exhale, we're just going to draw the awareness all the way down the spine to our feet. Just becoming aware of our feet in the ground, of the contact they're making, maybe even wiggling your toes a little bit. Just take a moment to feel your body relax here. You can even let go of your hands. Just feel your legs relax. Know that you are grounded, that you are secure. We're going to take another deep inhale, reaching the arms overhead. And then on the exhale, we're just going to gently bend the legs again, maybe a little bit. And from the hips, swan dive all the way into our forward fold. Inhale, we're going to halfway lengthen, hands come to the shins. Exhale, release the hands to the ground, step the feet back into a plank. Wrist stacked under the shoulders. We'll inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head and the heels. On the exhale, you can drop your knees or just take a regular chaturanga push-up, lowering yourself to the ground, tucking those elbows into the side. Engage in your strength here, and then we're going to inhale, open the chest. We're going to open the chest up to the sky. Really round even through the spine. We're in our cobra or upward facing dog if you're able to really lift the thighs off the ground. And then we're going to exhale, move it back to our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Just try to square the hips down to the ground. Really reach those toes up, try to straighten the leg. And then we're going to bring the right leg down to cross over the left ankle. Just take a little calf stretch here. Inhale, we'll reach the right toes back up to the sky, our three-legged dog. Maybe you stack the hips here. And then we'll release the foot all the way back down. Inhale, we take the left leg up to the sky. Bring the leg back down, maybe cross it over the right ankle. Inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Square those hips down, really straighten through the leg. Maybe you'd like to stack them. And then we're going to bring the left leg back down to the ground. You're doing a really great job. And if you ever just need to take a rest and come into child's pose, that's great. You're already doing amazing just by being here. Really. We're going to inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, step, or you can try to kind of float your way to your hands. We're going to exhale, release into a forward fold, and inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Reaching arms overhead, and exhale, release hands by your side. Just kind of let the blood flow. We're going to bring our toes. Bring our toes together, heels apart. We're going to inhale, come to sit into our chair. So try to make sure you can still see your toes over your knees. We're going to sit those hips nice and low, extend straight through the spine. Inhale, open the chest. Perfect. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, we're going to step back into our plank. Inhaling, extending straight. Exhaling, chaturanga, lower to the ground. Inhale, open the chest, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Downward facing dog. I guess it is like a pretty hard practice. It does take a few times of doing sun salutations to be able to really do them with a nice rhythm, you know? Rachel, you're looking great. We're gonna inhale, take the right leg forward. We're gonna just ground the back heel and point the toes, the back
Woohoo!
toes, to the left corner. We're gonna bring the right knee to a 90-degree bend and inhale, reach the arms up into our warrior one. It's a pretty hard pose, and you should feel a deep sensation through that left calf muscle. Inhale, and then we're gonna pivot the toes to face forward now and kind of sink the hips into a high lunge. We're gonna we're gonna drop we're gonna drop the knee. We're gonna drop the knee all the way down to the
Yoga's
ground.
fun today.
Yeah. Mom,
It's always fun, but it's
mom
funny
is
today.
she's trying her best over here, but
You see, I turned my camera off.
she's she's getting into her shavasana extra fast. Yeah. So we're gonna bring the left knee all the way down to the ground. We're in our low lunge here. You can reach the arms up to the sky. And then we'll exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, and step the foot back to our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, the left foot steps forward, ground the back heel, pointing the right toes 45 degrees out. We lift into our warrior one. And then we're gonna we're gonna pivot the toes to face forward, and we're kind of gonna sink our hips down into our high lunge, really straighten and engage through the back leg. Perfect. That's good. We're going to drop the knee now all the way down to the ground, releasing into a low lunge. Let those hips sink forward. And then we'll exhale, release the hands down. Pick up the knee, tuck the back toes, and step back to our downward facing dog. On the inhale, we'll lift our heels, bend our knees, and step, or you can try to kind of float your way up to your hands. Exhale, releasing into a forward fold. We bring our big toes together. Once again, our heels stay apart. And then we bend the knees and open the chest up here into our chair pose, sitting back into our imaginary chair. And then inhale, lift tall to the
I'm doing
sky.
it too now, Sarah. I'm doing it
And
too.
release. Let's go. From here, we're going to just stay in our chair position. We're going to inhale once again, sit the hips down, bend the knees. We're sitting in our chair. It might get a little intense here, so we're going to bring our hands to our heart center. And then we're going to try to take the right elbow outside the right knee. No worries if you can't do it. You can just like twist outside the left knee. Right elbow outside the left knee. So we're coming into a twisted chair pose. And I don't want to hold you here too long. Just take a nice deep inhale into the twist. And we're going to try to step back with the right foot into our high lunge, really straightening through that back leg. We'll inhale, release the arms, extending them straight. And you can drop the back knee here. And then we're going to come to plant the hands down. We're going to heel toe this left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Both hands are inside the left foot here. And we're coming into our lizard pose, really sinking those hips forward. If you'd like to get into this pose a little bit deeper, you can just kind of gently push away the left knee, kind of roll your left foot onto its outer edge. Gaze up, just take a nice deep breath, feel the hips release here. And then releasing the left hand down, we're going to heel toe that foot in between the hands again. We'll inhale, Gaze up, and then we're going to exhale, start to add some movement as we push the hips back, straighten through the front leg, coming into our half split pose, where our hip is stacked over the back knee. We flex the foot, and we're just going to add the movement, inhaling, coming into a low lunge, exhaling, pushing back into your half split. You can even try to take this movement with no hands if you want to reach high in your low lunge and then just kind of push back and then lean the chest forward. Yeah. Inhale, coming into a low lunge. Then exhale, releasing back into a half split. Your own pace. Whenever you find yourself in your half split again, you can kind of just settle here for a moment, for a breath or two. Just giving yourself the okay to relax, for your muscles to release here. Maybe feel your spine lengthen, feel yourself fold a little bit deeper. We're going to plant the hands by our ankle, our front ankle, and then we're going to tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee, coming into a pyramid. Maybe you point the front toes down here. Really try to straighten through both knees. And then we're going to pivot the back foot so that it's facing the long side of the mat. And we're right in position for a triangle pose. You might have to bring the back foot in a little bit, shorten the distance between the feet. But you're just going to come to stack the shoulders on top of each other, bringing the gaze up. And we really want to try to lengthen through the side body and not try to put too much weight on our foot. We're going to inhale, bend through the front knee, and come into our warrior two. Here, you might need to extend the distance between the feet a little bit. We're going to bend deep into a warrior two. And then inhale, straighten through the front knee. Lift the arms up. Exhale, we're going to bend into a warrior two. Arms come parallel to the ground. And exhale, we come back up. Just add this movement coming down into warrior two and extending all the way back up. The front toes are going to also pivot towards the long side of the mat. We're going to pigeon toe them in towards each other a little bit. And then we're going to exhale, release into our wide-legged forward fold. Just taking a nice deep inhale here. Releasing the head, releasing the upper body. We're going to come to kind of go side to side, bending one knee, bending the other knee, bending one knee. And then the knee that's towards the front of the mat, maybe the left one for me, we're going to bend all the way down. We're going to come to sit our hips into our Skandasana pose. The right leg is extended, the toes are pointed up. And we kind of have our weight on that left foot here. Trying to keep those hips above the ground. We're going to plant the hands, pivot the back toes down, keeping a bend in this front knee. We're going to inhale once more, reach up into a high lunge. And then we're going to exhale, plant the hands in front of us as we pick up the right leg into like a warrior three position with grounded hands. Really extend straight through that leg. Really turn the hips down to face the ground. And then we'll exhale, release the foot. Release into our forward fold. And inhale all the way back up to stand. Releasing the hands. Perfect. We're going to bring our big toes together, heels apart once again. We're going to inhale, sit the hips down, arms reaching up. We're coming back into our chair pose. We want to really make sure our weight is not on our toes. You should still be able to lift your toes here in this position. We're going to bring our hands to our heart center and try to take the left elbow outside of the right knee here. And you want to try to bring your hands to your heart center. So really get a good twist. Gaze up. Inhale. And then see if you can take the left foot and step it back into your high lunge. Releasing the knee all the way down to the ground. We're going to release our arms, reaching the left hand up, right arm back to your leg. And then we're going to exhale, release the hands forward. They're going to come inside of this right foot. And the right foot is going to heel toe to the edge of the mat. Just gently kind of opening up through the right knee here, rolling the right foot onto its outer edge. Take a nice
That's
deep
a
breath
lot.
here. Yeah, you don't have to go so deep. You can just stay kind of in a basic lizard pose with your foot grounded here.
Okay.
Always, yeah. You don't have to, or I don't know, how is it for you like this? Like, can you put your
That's
right
good.
leg up toward,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then we're gonna
That's good.
heel toe I'm so excited you're doing it. This is so
I know.
fun.
Shocking, right? Shocking. I should do it every week. It feels good on my neck, by the
Yeah.
way. I was complaining about my neck. My neck feels so good now.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it feels so much better. 'Cause I have a bad arm, like bad shoulder, but it feels good today.
Oh, good.
I know. Do it every week.
We're gonna, from here, we're gonna heel toe the right foot inside of the hands. And we're gonna come back to this movement of inhaling, taking a low lunge, and exhaling, pushing the hips back, straightening the leg, and kind of folding into a half split. So you inhale, come forward, and exhale, push the hips back, flexing the toes for a deeper stretch. You can even try to add a little bit of no hand action. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, seeing if you can kind of just push the hips back, extend the leg. Adding your own breath and pace to this, eventually coming to meet me in a half split, straightening the legs, squaring the hips, taking a nice deep inhale and just relaxing through all the muscles, getting into those hamstrings, maybe extending long through the spine. From here, we're going to plant our hands beside our ankle. We're going to tuck the back toes, extend straight through the knee, point the front toes down. We're kind of in our pyramid posture here. And then we're going to pivot the back foot and ground the heel. And we're going to reach the left hand up to the sky, making a line through our fingertips here, trying to make our body 2D. We're in our triangle pose. From here, then we're going to inhale. We're going to bend through the front knee, lift up into our warrior two, arms coming parallel to the ground, bringing our gaze over the front fingertips. We're going to add a little bit of movement. Inhale, straighten through the knee, reach the arms up, and exhale, bend down into the warrior two. Inhale, straighten through the arms and legs. Exhale, down into a warrior two. Once more, inhaling up, exhaling down. Really strong. Inhaling, we're going to come all the way back up. Pivot the front toes to alongside the mat. We're going to maybe, pigeon foot a little bit so the toes are pointing towards each other. Maybe your hands on your hips. We're just going to fold from the hips into our wide-legged fold. You don't have to go all the way down, just wherever you feel. Or you can really release the body here. Take a nice deep inhale. And slow exhale out. Inhaling, we're gonna reach. Well, we're gonna release the hands down, maybe kind of bend a little bit through each leg, get a little mobility going here. Just opening the hips up. And then the knee, the right knee that's closest to the mat, you're kind of going to point the toes outward a little bit as you come to sit the hips all the way down onto that heel, straightening the left leg, pointing those toes up to the sky. We're in our Skandasana pose. It's a nice stretch through that left hip and hamstring. We're going to plant the hands down here. We're going to pivot to square the hips down towards the ground. Those back toes are back on the ground. We're taking a 90-degree bend in that front knee. We're once more inhale, reach high into a lunge, really engaging our strength. And then we'll exhale, plant the hands in front of us and try to lift straight through the back leg. The standing leg and the back leg, we're taking like a warrior three position here. You can play with your toes, like if you want to point them or flex them, just kind of squaring those hips to the ground. Inhale, exhale, release the left leg down, releasing into a forward fold. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up one more time, high to the sky. And exhale, release the hands to your heart center, down by your side. Just kind of letting the blood drain. Just kind of relaxing through the eyelids, through your body. We're going to inhale, reach the arms back up. And then once more, we're going to swan dive into our forward fold. Feel free to take a generous bend in the knees here. We're going to heel toe the feet outwards again. And once again, we're going to sit into our squat, our yogic squat, pointing the toes outward, maybe even pushing the knees out with your elbows, swaying side to side. And then we're going to exhale, release the hips down onto the ground, just extending. What time is it? Sorry. Okay, perfect. Darn, it went so fast.
I know. Didn't
Oh my
it?
gosh. Yeah, it really
Yeah,
did.
it did. It
Okay,
did.
uh, I'm gonna close, I guess. Oh, I didn't really fit. I feel bad because this I can't do what I planned.
That's okay.
Wow, that's
But
great.
yeah,
I'm sweating over
we'll
here.
just come to finish in
Me
a
too.
seated position. Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's
feels
Yeah,
good.
so
Yeah.
my
I
hips
have
feel
to
good.
go landscape today. I have a landscaping job. But what I would
Oh,
recommend is taking rest after this, just laying in Shavasana, laying in corpse pose, just taking time. A really another good root chakra pose is your bridge pose. Like
hmm.
this one where you lift the hips. So if you want to do a little extra, and I didn't even get to the breathing part, but that's okay. We'll do it
That's
next
okay.
time.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll see you
Bye.
next week.